Okay, my friends, welcome to all of you once again. And I'm so thrilled to have all of you this evening for an enlightening session on the topic. I'm sure that you know the power of positive mindset. So tonight we are joined by an exceptional guest, Kayroon Karrim, an insight and PQ coach who has transformed countless lives by guiding individuals toward cultivating positivity and resilience. So I just but just imagine that you had a long day at work and deadlines are coming like looming tasks keeping you busy every day all the time, and on your way home you are stuck in traffic and frustration begins to creep in. Sounds familiar to you? Okay, so now think about this. Like in the same situation, you pause, take a break, and focus on something for the like for something for the job you did well. Like you feel that, okay, I'm grateful for this job, grateful for the time to reflect, or even just for a favorite song playing on the radio. The situation doesn't change, but your mindset actually shifts, right? So does it change your entire experience? When I share something like you, okay, you play this, and it changes your mindset instantly. So this is actually the magic of positive mindset. And today we have Kayroon with us who will unpack the science and strategies behind this. So let's dive into the transformative session. But before that, as we always do, like we introduce the guest speaker. So I just want to share a little bit about her, and if I miss something, Kerun will add something into that, right? So Kerun is she's a South African born woman, a woman with a passion for developing people to help create a better environment for themselves, their families, and ultimately the environment. So her background is like 25 years of HR and recruitment, and she always seeing the joy in people that actually has led her to become a life coach. And what she thinks is it would be awesome for everyone to thrive and live their life to their full potential. And if if she can be the catalyst to all those things to change, then she's happy. I highly encourage. Okay, she also mentions that she actually encourages people to get to understand what actually motivates them and how to get them to be a better version of themselves. Her mind is, but she says that your mind is your best friend. And but again, the situation can be on the other side. If you do not know how to manage and train your mind properly. And for that she gives insights, right? So without any delay, let me hand over the stage to Kayroon, and she will be talking to you for next 25 to 30 minutes, and then we'll have a Q&A session. So this is your chance to ask your questions live from Kayroon, and she will answer your questions. So if you're excited, just type welcome Kayroon, and please mention that from where are you connecting with us. All right, so just give a big round of applause, and Kayroon, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prashant. I really appreciate it. For me, it's a great honor to be sitting on this platform with you. I've learned a lot from you, and in our short interaction, I always thought, oh, one day I'll be on that platform, and it's today. So thank you. Good afternoon, good evening, and even good morning to wherever the audiences are. They might be anywhere in the world. And how beautiful that we are able to connect so easily just through this telephone or laptop or whatever you are connecting from. So, yes, I'm Kayroon. Prashant, thank you for the introduction. It's awesome. And truly, you got everything exactly right. So I'm going to start with a small introduction about what is a coach, because I think sometimes people get confused with me because I'm an inside coach and I'm a PQ coach. So what is a coach? A coach is that person that has a partnership and a relationship between the coach and the client that helps you to achieve a desired result of what you're looking for in your life. Okay? Whether it's a goal, whether it's something that you want to achieve, and that is the purpose of the coach. That coach will help you to achieve that for yourself. And what a coach is not, and this is important, a coach is not a therapist, a coach is not a counselor, a coach is not a mentor, a coach is not a trainer. Those are not the things that we do as a coach. Okay, so I always give an example. Another example, which is very important, is that a coach, like an example of a sports person, if you want to become a top achiever in whatever sports you do, it might be athletics, and you might want to participate in a world-class game or championship. Then you will need a coach. You might be very good at what you do, but you might be a coach. You might need a coach, because that coach will help you with certain techniques on exactly how to get to where you want to be, to get you to be in that, on that stage, on that platform. So that is what the purpose of a coach is. Okay. So the coach, so as I said, I'm a certified inside coach, and I'm a PQ coach, not yet qualified or certified as a PQ coach. I'm qualified to coach as a PQ coach, but my certification is still in process. Okay, thank you for that. So the inside coach, what it does in the relationship is that we go through a series of questions. We ask the coachee or the client a series of questions that will help them to gather all of the insights. We become almost the rear view mirror. All of the things that you do not see, that we see, and we help you to identify those so that you can see the blind spots, which normally people don't see themselves. Okay, so that is an insight coach. I always say, you are the guru of your own life. I'm not your guru, and you need to fix up and find all of the things in your life that you need to, that would help to serve you. But an insight coach is the one that helps you identify those things. Okay? And then the PQ coach. So it's a masterful program where we teach you about mindset. We help you to build positive mindset, positive habits that help you to improve your mindset. So you learn different habits, take different actions to build those positive mindsets. So much like EQ, which is emotional quotient, PQ is positive quotient. It's the same thing, because people say, what is PQ? Okay, so that is it. So I'm a PQ coach. So just a disclaimer, the PQ coach are principles based on the proprietary rights of a company called Positive Intelligence. It was designed by a guy who is a master coach. His name is Iranian born, and his name is Sherazad Shimane. Shimane. And Sherazad is a gentleman who has designed this program with great and pure love in his heart of wanting to see the whole world change one human at a time with the positive impact. Okay, so the breakthrough of this positive intelligence came with years and years of research. Many people were used to do these surveys so that they could come up with the conclusive evidence of all the change it has made to people's rights. And it's important that I let you know that. So this research revealed that there are 10 negative saboteurs in our lives and 5 positive response factors, which are called the 5 sage powers, and the other one being the 10 saboteurs. Okay, so these saboteurs, unfortunately, are things, behaviors that help us or that helped us as children from the age of about 3, 4, 5, 6. Those were things that helped to prevent us. For example, if we put our hand on the stove, as children, we knew that our hand cannot go back on the stove. We also knew we cannot leave our hand on the stove. Okay, so that was then the saboteurs that helped to protect us. But unfortunately, they don't slow down. Those saboteurs, they don't slow down. Okay, so what they do, so the program also is designed to help you intercept your saboteurs and activate your sage automatically. And this results in you as humans eventually having positive impacts like it improves your stress management, relationship improvement, performance, your sales and persuasion in a workplace. It improves your creativity, leadership, resilience. It has so many positive impacts on human beings. Okay, so what we have to do in order to identify this, you have to go through what's called a saboteur assessment. And for those that stay until the end, you get to get a saboteur assessment as a gift from me. But that I will explain at the end of the program or of what we are discussing here. So now let's just say that in a workplace, we sometimes we go to work and we're feeling very negative, and we have a boss or a manager who is very angry. We don't know what reason, but he's really angry. He wants top performance from everybody. And there was a study done, by the way, on somebody like that in an organization. So we want top performance, we want top performers, we want everything perfect, when in actual fact, we've got all of these negative saboteurs that stand in our way, and they make us so negative that we don't even realize with all of these saboteurs that we're actually pushing the people away. The staff are not wanting to stay with us. The staff are not wanting to work anymore. And the simple reason is because we do not realize that the impact that we have, the things that we are doing that is impacting people in our workplace and in our environments and in our relationships and in our families very negatively. This is why it's important to understand what these saboteurs are and what they do to us. Okay, so the saboteurs is that voice, that inner critic, that voice that always says you're not good enough. No, you don't need to do it now. Now we know that our minds are, as Prashant said, our own best friend, and it can also be our worst enemy. So it's like they say, you feed the beast. It depends on which of the beast you are feeding. So you can be feeding the positive or the negative. So we have to be mindful of how we feed our minds all the time so that it can work for us in a beautiful and positive way. Okay, so with the negative effects that these saboteurs have on us, every single thing we do, it has these negative emotions like stress, anxiety, self-doubt, anger, shame, guilt, frustration, mind chatter. You wake up in the middle of the night and you've got mind chatter. It's so negative that we even start feeling afraid of even being alone, because just listening to that and listening to all of that negative pattern is so, you wake up in the morning and you still feel, you even feeling exhausted. Okay. So these negative emotions, they help, they only help to tell you that there's a danger, right? It tells you that there's danger. But when you stay in that negative emotion or thought mindset, it hurts your ability to see clearly and to choose what's impactful for you and what's positive. Okay, so now so there's these two regions in the brain, the left and the right. The one is called the thrive region. Let's talk about the thrive region, because I've been speaking so much about the negative one. I did explain to you that the survive region, the saboteurs, the voices, that's the inner saboteurs. So then we have the thrive one. The thrive one is your inner sage. It's that beautiful part of you. It's the happy part. That is the part that it has that empathy. It's got the love. It's all the parts of the right brain. It generates positive emotions. It handles life's challenges so beautifully. They include these different emotions: empathy, compassion, gratitude, curiosity, joy of creativity, calm, clear-headed. So these are the two differences. As you can see, there's the survive region, which are the saboteurs that we've had all the years. And now, in order to get away from there, you need to move into the sage, the region of the brain where we can thrive, right? But let me just go through and tell you what are the different saboteurs. So we have the judge. The judge saboteur is the main saboteur. It is the thing, the saboteur, the inner critic, that bad voice, the naughty voice that says you're not good enough. It's the thing that judges you. We judge ourselves. We judge other people. We judge circumstances. We judge situations. That is the judge. And then, guess what? It comes with accomplice saboteurs. And the accomplice saboteurs now, there are many. There's 9 accomplice saboteurs with the judge. It's 10. So let me just give you those so that you can understand. I'm first going to list them and then we'll go through them. Okay. So there's the pleaser, there's the avoider. And I'm sure while we're speaking, some of these you'll be able to identify within yourself. Okay, maybe you'll identify it, maybe you won't. Sometimes we are never really sure of the things that are holding us back. So let me tell you, there's the pleaser, the controller, the hyperachiever, hypervigilant. There's the stickler, the restless, and the victim. And these are all the different saboteurs that affect us. And now you can understand why it is so important to understand what these saboteurs are doing to us. I mean, I know sometimes when it's time to study, and instead of me going to study, I will think, oh, I need to pack my wardrobe. Oh, I just need to go and water the garden. Can you see how the saboteur is preventing me from doing what it is I need to do in order for me to progress, in order for me to succeed and be successful? And while it's saying to me, oh, no, you don't need to do that now. You know, your wardrobe needs to be cleaned. I go, yes, okay, I need to fix my wardrobe now. And all that is the saboteur. It has this voice that makes sure that we are not succeeding. Okay? Because remember, as I said, it was the protective mechanism we had as a little child. And it still wants to do that now. So with the program that we work on, we help you. It is designed so you are able to intercept it and say, oh no, saboteur, thank you. You've always been so helpful and you've always protected me. Thank you so much. Right now, I don't need you. I'm fine. I can do this. I got this. So that is actually a little bit of what the saboteur program is designed, the positive intelligence. It helps you to build mental muscle, and all of these mental muscles, daily practices help you to become more aware. So it creates an awareness of what is standing in your way and how I can change that. Okay, so just to give you a bit of background, my two saboteurs that came up the highest are pleaser and avoider. So now I can see how those two, you might notice how they can marry each other. So if somebody asks you to do something, you agree. And the reason you agree is because you want to please them and you don't want to say no. So you don't want the conflict. So in order to avoid the conflict, you please them. Can you see it works together? So you find that a pleaser is always someone who has no boundaries. People take advantage. I call it the disease to please. We put other people's needs before our own. It's okay it doesn't matter how exhausted we are. We will say, yes, sure, that's fine. We can do that for you, no problem. And we will push ourselves and exert ourselves so much so that we actually forget that we are pouring from an empty cup. That reminds me, I need some water. Thank you. Excuse me. So, this sage and these saboteurs, they are on different sides of the brain. They live in different regions of the brain. And with the constant training, we are able to overcome them. Now, let me just give you some other statistics of how something. Oh no, I was still telling you about the gentleman that they found that he had very hypervigilance. He was a controller and he didn't understand why his staff were always, the staff turnover was so high. And it was all his saboteurs that affected the employee morale. And he was so harsh and he had no empathy. So, sometimes in a workplace, if people are having a personal problem at home and they'll say, can you help us? Or we need this. And some managers are more thoughtful and kinder than others. So after some survey results from over 2,000 people, these were some of the experiences and improvements. 98% of people experienced their emotional quotient, improvement in the emotional quotient. 92% found that they were better at teamwork and collaboration in their own lives. 91% found that they managed stress better after being on the positive intelligence program. 90% of the people found that they used their mental and emotional energy more effectively. 85% found an increase in their happiness. And 84% found that they were better at conflict management. Now, you will notice that some of these are things that are used in a workplace, some of them are used within a team, and some of them in your own personal life, right? So I just want to go through some of the negative impacts that some of these saboteurs have. Excuse me, there's a mosquito there. Keeps worrying me. The saboteur impacts that effects of the negative impacts of these saboteurs on our performance, our wellness, and our relationships. And For the purpose of this and for time, I'm only going to go through my two, which is the avoider. So I've got more. I've got hyperachiever, but I'm speaking about the top two. So in the assessment, you get a result of 10. You get the judge, which I think is a global phenomena, and then you get the other 9, and it works on a percentage. So my two highest that I've scored are the avoider and the pleaser. And I know that that is within my nature. So when I got the result, I was nowhere surprised. So I just want to go through the avoider and I want to go through the pleaser. So those are two important. So I want to let you know, because when I coach people or go through the session with them, most of them say, some of them say that wasn't a surprise. Sometimes some come up as a surprise for some people, and they are really surprised at how it's affected them in their relationships, in their workplace, and within themselves. So this is where is the tricky part. In fact, I think I also need to go through the controller, because that is something that comes up with many people, and they are surprised that they have this high controlling saboteur that resides within them that they don't know. I mean, I once coached a lady who said she understands why she battled in a relationship with her partner. It's because she always wanted everything perfect. And coincidentally, her controller was together with Stickler, and the Stickler is a perfectionist. So nothing he did was good enough for her. So she controlled and wanted everything perfect. So sometimes they work together, and you will notice it in your assessment or in the assessment. It's absolutely mind-blowing, the amount of information that comes up from the saboteur assessment. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the controller. So the impact it has on your performance. Sometimes the team members don't feel inspired by you. They feel that they are being controlled, and feeling controlled doesn't make you feel good, right? The team members don't grow in their own capabilities because they're discouraged from taking initiatives and learning from other people's through mistakes and their own mistakes, because the controller is controlling how they do everything. Controlling also the small outcomes. It diverts the attention from influencing bigger outcomes. So you want it, we, the controller, wants it done a certain way, and we give no opportunity. Oh, hello, Karishma. We give no opportunity for the person to be independent. We also have a forceful style which intimidates people. So when we intimidate people, you're challenging their ideas, so they're not free to do their own. Okay, so that's the impact on performance. The impact on wellness, the controller leads. The leader feels too much of the burden, like he feels it's all up to me, or she, it's all up to me. So can you see their wellness is now affected? They end up getting high stress level. I was on a coaching program with another coach who had a very high stickler, which is perfectionist, a 10 out of 10, a 10 for controller, 10 for stickler, and 10 for hypervigilance and hyperachiever. And do you know, it was so sad because she ended up suffering burnout. You see, so her expectations were too high, and it became very difficult for people to work with her, and for her to even work with herself was a problem. Anyway, so the impact the controller has on relationships, they have trouble admitting to shortcomings and being vulnerable. It's even erodes the relationship and trust. There's a forceful style that leads others either into being resentful. It's resentful submission, it's called. There's confrontation. There's a confrontative style intimidates the other person in your relationship. So it has a negative impact, period. There's always time wasted. It takes so much more time to control a team or your relationship when you have this negative saboteur as a controller. Okay, so let me tell you about a pleaser, and I won't spend too much. The pleaser. I won't spend too much time, but the impact on performance is that we sugarcoat things as a pleaser. We withhold direct feedback. So sometimes instead of something, if we don't like something, instead of saying that is not a good thing you're doing, we go, oh, so you know what? Why don't you? So we sugarcoat it. We make it sound okay when it's not okay. But what we don't know that it's actually depriving the team of helpful information. And then we erode healthy conflict by avoiding and withholding things rather than fully engaging in the conflict and addressing it straight away. And then we have a problem holding people accountable because we want to please them. We want to say nice things. We forget that it's important. And actually, it's wonderful to be able to address something, in a nice way. And the impact on our wellness, we don't take enough care of ourselves. We spread ourselves very thin. We take care of others and we always do things for others. And then we feel resentful because we feel that other people are not giving back to us. Can you see what it does to us? And on relationships, it erodes the relationship's trust because others worry that you're not even telling them the difficult truth. So some people do want the difficult truths. Time wasted. The pleaser wastes a great deal of time saying yes to too many things instead of holding stronger boundaries. So we will be the yes man. Yes, sure, I can do it. Yes, sure, I can do it. Of course, that's a pleasure. No problem. And in the end, we start burning out. We are resentful. We are angry. So what happens is something small will be addressed and we go. So there's an outburst because of our pleaser mindset. So we're holding it within ourselves, right? And something very small happens and then we just bring that. And it's like we attack the person, but it's because we are sitting with resentfulness. Okay? So the avoider procrastinates the impact on performance, procrastinates on tackling difficult and important issues. They procrastinate on tackling team's performance. They avoid confronting dysfunctional team dynamics. There's more. The impact on wellness, constant simmering, anxiety knowing that important issues have been avoided. So it's building up again, right? We're still not clear and we're still not or avoiding things that need to be done. And the impact on our relationships, the tensions and conflicts fester and grow. Thank you, and grow as they are not confronted. Relationships trust is eroded as people are not sure that you are being upfront with them. And it leads to a lose-lose style in conflict management, a lose-lose by not dealing with the conflict. So we both lose. And there, time wasted, procrastinated projects and avoided conflicts fester. And it results in significantly higher investments in time later. So the effect is multiplied inside the team. So all in all, ladies and gentlemen, for those who showed up, I appreciate your time. I am so happy that you joined. I'm so happy that I've covered everything that, well, gosh, that's not everything. There's so much more that I can cover. If any of you would like me to read out the impacts of any saboteur that you believe that you have, I can do that. Or maybe I always say it's so wonderful when it's in a partner relationship where the husband and wife or fiance and fiance are able to do this assessment, because once you have that assessment, you can easily understand your partner better, they can understand you better, and then you can so sometimes a certain response or non-response, oh wow, he's avoiding the conflict. He's not prepared to address the challenges, or he's not prepared to address the situation that we are having right now. So essentially, in a nutshell, once you learn to use the sage mind, all of these saboteurs can improve. All of the saboteurs that you are sitting with will help you to become better. It will improve your performance. It improves your well-being. It improves your relationship. It improves your communication in the workplace. So all in all, having a saboteur assessment and going through the program, in fact, what we say is sometimes you get some people like in a case with insight coaching. So we'll have a person coming for an insight coaching session, and they'll come again. Or sometimes I know some people, we go for meditation and we go again and again. But if you keep on going, it's almost like building a castle on sand, because we are not addressing that thing at a root level. So what is the use building a castle on sand? We will continue over and over and over by not addressing the real issue. This is one of the most foundation or fundamental parts of coaching in certain people who believe, like when you go to a gym, at the gym, you're building muscle. So every day you go to the gym because you want to build and develop your muscle. It's the same with building your mental muscle and building the mindset, strong, positive mindsets. So little things won't bother you. You will be able to see it and realize, okay, you become aware and you work on awareness. So there are different pathways. This works with a certain app and coaching. So we do a coaching program. It works with an app for 15 minutes every day. You get notified that you must do a 3 minute. You listen to a recording, and then you do a 3 minute meditation, and it helps you to come from a autopilot, because we're all on autopilot. We keep doing things and not realizing that we need to slow down and be in the moment and calm down and take stock and just be aware and be mindful of the situation. And that awareness and that part of the meditation is a very big part of the program, with this positive intelligence. And that is what helps us to build the sage mindset, helps us to use the sage mindset. They are like, we use empathy, we acknowledge, we don't ignore the situation or ignore what is happening in our mindset or in our lives at the time. We look at it, we acknowledge it, we use certain on the app, by the way, it gives us every day you get the 3 sessions. It gives you an invitation or notice that it's time for you to take your break and to do the breathing and to do the meditation. And that is so wonderful because, sometimes during the day, even I myself, I will work and work and work, and I don't realize, maybe I need to just slow down now. And so I take with the program, it makes you go into your senses, it makes you feel your senses, it makes you touch and feel different sensations. And those sensations, they just kind of help you getting yourself back into that moment. Okay, so that is a little bit about the program. It's very wonderful. You work in a community with other people on the program. It's called a pod, and yes, you are able to successfully improve your mindsets by working on building and developing your sage muscles. Yes, so that's where I am. I thank you very much. Prashant, is there anything you'd like to say or ask? Or if any of your guests would like to ask any questions, now is the time to ask me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Kayroon, for this wonderful insight about mindset. And friends, this is your turn now. We have the time to ask your questions, and I'm really happy that we have Kayroon with us today to clarify all those issues. So if you want to ask anything, you can just type in, and Kayroon will answer. So we have a question from Geetika from here. So, what is the next step after the test, ma'am?
Okay, so after the test, which we call it the assessment, it's a saboteur assessment, and then you get to see the results. And then, if you've shared the link, Prashant, then they have an opportunity to send that to me. I have a one-on-one session with them, no obligation. It's obligation free, where I sit and discuss it with them, and then I can give them tips and guidelines on how to help them, unless they want to move forward with the program.
Okay. All right. So, friends, I will share the link in the description, or in a while, I'll share the link in the chat box also. So, you can just click on the link and go through the assessment. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. So, with this, I have a question, Kerun. What is the connection between mindset and overall well being?
Well, I mean, you are a miracle mindset coach. I guess we do know, but the overall well being is not just the mind, it is an overall. I mean, the well being covers your mindset, it covers your health, your wealth, your finances, your happiness, all of those different qualities or things that you should be having in your life, or well, that people believe that they should be having. That is the So if you have a negative mindset, it will of course affect your well-being. So the
Yeah.
well-being are all of the things that help us to make us better humans and feel better as humans while we're walking on this earth and taking up our place here on this beautiful world.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for the answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, with this, we have another question. It's like, sir, please ask what is the connection? Sorry, I've lost the question one more time. Yeah. So, sir, please ask how does the positive intelligence quotient framework work? PQ quotient.
Uh, the PQ.
Yeah. How does it work?
Okay. Okay. So it works as I've said in some of the during the session. It works through an app. It
Yeah.
works with an assessment. And after the assessment's done, you do a discovery session. And after the discovery session, you go onto the program. Now, the initial program is 7 weeks. Some people extend it to 12 weeks, but I have found that some people almost feel that they need to do it like for 6 months or a year. It really depends on how you feel. So it's accessible through an app, and you meet with the coach, which is me. I mean, there are many coaches, but you meet with the coach once every week so we can check your performance, how you're feeling, what you're understanding, what are the outcomes so far, and that is how the program works.
All right, that's amazing. Thank you so
Yes, it
much again.
is. You're welcome.
So, friends, you can just click on the link I have shared in the chat. So, just go through
Yes,
this, and I'm sure that you will have an answer for yourself, for your positive intelligence, for your mindset, and
yes,
then just move on.
yes.
So,
Thank you.
there's another question. Is like, ma'am, what actually inspired you to focus on the concept of positive mindset?
I'll tell you what, yes, that's a great question. Actually, I appreciate that question very much. I'll tell you what motivated me to go for the positive mindset, because we could see and believe that there was a real improvement in the result and the outcome. So with the inside coaching, it's not so tangible. The inside coaching, yes, people will say, wow, Kayroon, wow, thank you so much. There was such a great help. And yes, now I'm able to do this. But the difference with the positive intelligence program, with the app, and the big improvement and the actual research and surveys and studies that were done, and they show all of the improvement in the sales and performance, and there's actual statistics of all of that. I knew that I wanted that because that was something more tangible. It's the same as having somebody who is losing 10 kilograms of weight.
Right.
There's 10 kilograms of weight loss. So with the positive intelligence, there is something tangible in the improvement, in their mindset, in their relationships, in their performance. And who doesn't want that? You know, any company wants their team to perform better. Any head of departments or leaders in organization wants better performance. Any human being wants an improvement in their relationship, in their communication. So this helps all of that.
Wow, that's nice. Thank you so much
Yes,
once again.
yes, you're
So,
very welcome.
thank you. There's another question is like, what do you think? What are the biggest misconceptions about positive thinking?
The misconceptions I would say about positive thinking, it's very much like people will say affirmations, you know. You can say we want to think positive, but are we genuinely feeling positive about what we're thinking about? You know, there's a saying that goes, and a friend always says to me, Kayroon, we must always be mindful and think
Yeah.
about what we're thinking about. So anybody can say, oh, we need to think positive, but we need to be more sincere and more aware about what we're thinking about. So I don't think it's a misconception. I just think it's loosely used to say positive thinking and that. But if we become more self-aware and more conscious about what we're thinking about, we can have positive thoughts. It's not always easy because we always have that inner chatter. Remember, we've
Yeah.
got this inner chatter, that saboteur, the judge that has been with us since the age of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, that said, be careful, don't fall, be careful, take your hand off the stove, be careful. So it has, in fact, protected us. But now it's still standing there and saying, don't do that. Say no to Prashant. Say no. And if you ask a person, can you see the negative impact these have on you? They'll go, yes. Oh, wow. And so you say, would you like to work on those? And they go, no, not really. And then it makes me wonder, so are you happy with the negative mindset?
Yeah.
You know, do you feel it's still serving you? It doesn't serve you, but we are so conditioned and programmed to always see the negative. So, yes, to your
Right.
person that asked the question, think about what we're thinking about consciously.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend, and I'm sure that you've got the answer. And thank you so much for asking this question, and Kayron asking, just answering the question in a better way. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So next one is like, what are the steps I should take to shift from negativity to positivity?
Well, if you go on the PQ program, you do the assessment, you find your saboteurs, which are the ones that have affected you most. You join the program, you get the app, and with the daily training and the coaching, you are taught every day and shown every day how
Yeah.
to use the different tips and techniques from the program, how to do it, and you will move. You cannot not. You will move from negative to positive. You will feel different. People around you will feel different. People will see the difference in you. They will feel the difference in you. In fact, can I
Right.
give an example?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, so I'm coaching a lady at the moment who did the assessment. She's a manager at a company here in South Africa. And she said to me when we first met, during, we call it the saboteur discovery session, where we've got the results and we start going through each. And she said, "Oh, that explains why I do what I do." I said, "What do you do?" She says, "Kayroon, I do not let my team do anything. I'm always tired. I don't trust them. I always prefer to do it on my own." And I said, "Why would you do that?" "Because you are disempowering those people. And
Yeah.
on the flip side of that, you're working and you're frustrated and now you are resentful. So, can you see what she thought she's doing was actually not good for her and neither good for the people? So, she is 5 weeks in the program, and I had another session with her because we meet regularly. And I said,
Yeah.
"How's it going now?" She says, "Kayroon, it's the best thing that's ever happened." She says, "I'm finally giving some work to the people." I said, "And how does that make you feel?" She says, "Unbelievably free and relaxed." So can you see how she's already changed from she's a controller. She doesn't see or believe. She didn't believe or see that other people could do the work because she
Right.
thought she's the only one that could do it. So there we go. She moved from negative to positive through the program and through learning.
Right. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this once again.
Oh, I can't seem to hear you.
Am I audible?
Let's just see.
Okay. How is it? Can you hear me?
Oh no. I don't know. Maybe my earphones are going a bit flat, but I will do this now and listen very closely.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for answering this question.
Can you give me a moment? Let me
Yeah.
just check here.
Sure, sure. Take your time.
Okay, I think it's better now. Can you check? Can you try?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, it doesn't. It's not working. It's okay. We can just carry on like this. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. But can you hear me?
Yes, very faintly.
Okay. So, shall I type my question, like the question which I'm getting here? Yeah.
Is there another question?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
So it is there. I have put that in the chat on the screen.
Ah, okay. Does gratitude play in a role in getting positivity? Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes. Thank you for that question. Yes, absolutely. Gratitude is one of the biggest parts of being positive. I mean, there's a science around that. And I haven't studied the science, but I do know that showing gratitude has a very, very impact on positive, building a positive mindset.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much once again for this answer. Can you hear me now?
Oh, oh gosh. Am I still clear to you?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you. Will you put the next question on the, yeah. Oh, there's some strategies that can help overcome self-doubt. Okay, would you like to do the assessment? Because I think self-doubt is a big saboteur of the judge. So it would be wonderful if you can do the assessment, and then I'd be happy and delighted to do the saboteur discovery session. And then we can go through some strategies and tips that I can help you with in the program. So you're welcome. The assessment, by the way, is it's about maybe 13 questions. It takes about 5 minutes. Just answer truthfully. Otherwise, if you don't answer truthfully, you're not going to get the right answers. You know, honestly, yeah, it takes 5 to 7 minutes to complete the assessment. And you just follow the instructions on there, because you will get the results and then you will share the results with me according to that link.
Yeah.
But I would love to help you with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much once again. So there is another question on the screen.
The
Ma'am, the
session is going
session is
great.
going
Thank you. I
great.
just want to know the role of visualization and meditation in maintaining a positive mindset, because I feel like it's quite difficult. Oh, meditation is one of the greatest things. In fact, it's one of the tools that we use on the program. And it's very important because it helps you to stop and go into the moment and be mindful of that time. As I said, we are always on autopilot. So it's one of the best things. Visualization, yes, we do use visualization. It's one of the techniques in the program. So I will even be delighted to share that with you as well. It helps not maintain a positive, it helps build a positive muscle, the mindset. It's building that muscle, because otherwise it's just going to be something that's going to come and go. It's building it, it's instilling it. So yes, it's maintaining it, you're right, actually, but it must build and then maintain, right? Okay. It has a very, very powerful impact on positive mindset and positive mental, yes, very much so.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, my friend, I'm sure that you also have got the answer. And thank you so much, Kayroon, for answering this.
Thank you.
There is another one in the queue. Do you think that mindset can impact the physical health?
100% yes, because if you have a negative mindset, and you might have someone that might be so negative and they'll maybe feel, I don't need to do anything, I don't want to do anything, I'm just going to lay in bed the whole day, and they don't do anything. Can you imagine what their physical attributes or physical body would look like after that. So everything starts with that positive mindset. It's very important. You know, I mean, sometimes I can wake up in the morning and go, that's it, I'm doing nothing today. But sometimes I wake up in the morning and say, now I'm going to take a beautiful long walk and I'm going to watch the sunrise, or I'm going to watch the, you know, so it's that mindset. I can wake up in the morning and I can either, depending on my mindset, I can decide whether I want to do something or not. So yes, it has a very, very powerful impact on your mindset. The two
Wonderful.
need each other.
Thank you so much once
And
again.
thank you for that question.
Yeah, thank you so much, my friend, for asking this question and Kayroon answering this. And there is another one.
Kayroon, you've talked about affirmations. I want to know how affirmations can help in creating a positive mindset. Oh, affirmations are wonderful. It also depends on your belief system, and it also depends on um, building those, because you start believing it, because every time you're seeing these positive affirmations and you're saying it with your own mouth. In fact, I've even tried to rhyme some and sing some, because I always believe in the power of my own voice. Because if you copy somebody's affirmation, it's not the same. So positive affirmations helps with the positive belief system. And it's also a habit that needs to be built. So if you are doing positive and affirmations daily together with visualization, it's really about being in the power of manifestation and the law of attraction. Those are all things that help you to achieve and work towards. I mean, you cannot put out an intention and say, I want to make R1,000,000 and do nothing with it. You've got to work towards it, right? So you've got to do those affirmations. You've got to decide, what are you going to do? How are you? Oh gosh, sorry. And you've got to, the law of attraction is the magnet. So that you give out negative thoughts, you get back the negative. Prashant, how people say, oh, today I'm not going to work. I'm just going to say I'm sick. And you really get sick. And that is the power of the tongue. So that is why we use the tongue to make those positive affirmations for ourselves.
That's right.
We must be very mindful about what we put out.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. So, oh, we've lost. Let's wait. I think there was some connectivity issue. Let me ask her to join again, the same link. There might be a system issue. Meanwhile, you can ask your questions if you have any. You can just type in the chat box, and once Kayroon will be back, then we can ask those questions. Also, I would love to know what have you learned from this session? What are your like 2 or 3 biggest learnings from the session? Because once you learn something, I am sure that you will actually share in your communities. She's back here, so
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
that's
I'm
okay,
back.
no problem. Am I audible now?
Yes, perfectly. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. So, friends, now she's back. You can ask your questions. So, I got another one, and I'm just asking this: how can someone recognize if they need help in developing a positive mindset?
I think you can, it really, again, I go back to how you feel in your own life. If you feel that, sometimes you have this mindset that, oh, damn, I'm not getting what I want. I've been trying so hard. I'm really frustrated. I need that. I need to achieve. I need to start my business. I haven't been able to. Things are not working out for me. So you start feeling wrong, or you start realizing something doesn't feel so good, or you don't feel so happy, or whatever. And then it starts with the assessment. You do the saboteur assessment. We identify what the challenges are, what your saboteurs are, and we move forward with that.
Right. Okay, that's nice. So, friends, it is recommended that you can go through the test, the assessment, and you will get answers to a lot of your questions, I believe. Right. So, I have two, three more questions left. So, if you have any question, again, you can just type in. Though, but I've already got some questions from you guys, so
Yes.
I will continue with them. So, there's a question like, ma'am, I'm in the positive mindset, but sometimes my people in my environment they do something and I move into the negative state of mind. What should I do?
Yeah. We can only be in control of our own mindset, and we can only be in control of how we behave and the things we do.
Yeah,
So there's nothing that you can do about other people. However, you need to learn the art of helping you to either at that time, maybe just close your eyes and decide that I'm not going to let anything negative or anyone negative worry me right now or affect my peace right now. Or maybe just, there's one of the great elders in spirituality. I can't remember his name, but he used to say, count from 100 going back. So if you
right,
count from 100 going back, it just kind of gives you an opportunity to just think before you're going to react.
right,
The other thing is maybe just take some breaths and breathe deeply. 4 minutes in, hold for four, 4 minutes out, hold for four, and it will just help you to calm down and relax and realign. And then when you wake up and look up, and then maybe you'll see a beautiful different picture. But the point I'm making is that you have got no control over. Remember also, they say that in most cases, sometimes the negative you see in others is actually a reflection of ourselves. So
yeah,
we need to sit back and look at ourselves and wonder, what is it in me that they are portraying right now?
yeah.
And I know that
That's
we all don't like to hear that, because sometimes we
that's
look and we think, how can that person be so nasty? And now someone is saying that could be a reflection of you, but we are all mirrors of each other.
that's right. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you so much once again. So
you're
I have two more
welcome.
questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have two more questions. Like, can you please share three habits to be in the positive mindset for whole day?
Okay, so the one habit I would say is you can change something from negative to positive. So, in other words, if something is bad, to look for the good in all of that. For example, let's just say you miss your bus, and when you miss your bus, you can either be frustrated or you realize, wow, what a blessing I didn't get that bus because something good happened. Or maybe the bus took a wrong turn, or maybe the bus was in an accident, or anything could have happened. So you try and always look for an opportunity to turn things around and look for the good in something. Okay. And then I always ask something. There's a question I always ask. Sometimes it doesn't matter what has happened. I'll say, this is happening for me, not to me. And maybe I won't see it now, But in hindsight, I will know why this has happened. And then the other thing is that just stopping and breathing and stopping and maybe going into your senses, a very good thing that we do, even in the program, is we do a 3 minute session where we close our eyes and we breathe in and we breathe, and then we start feeling our fingers, and we start feeling with even feeling each ridge on each finger, and we really go deep to feel the senses. So we don't do this, we're not doing this, we're feeling those ridges. And then we also feel the senses. And if you want to do that now, very gently, if you just touch the hands on your face and you touch your eyebrows and your eyelashes and go all the way down, those sensations take you into such a beautiful moment. It just takes you into a very beautiful and calming space. And
Yeah.
always showing empathy, because sometimes if another person makes you angry, we can ask ourselves, what must he be going through? We
Right.
don't know we don't know his journey, and then we'll get cross and angry. And in the meantime, he's also going through his own pain at that time. So we must always give the other person love and empathy and just shine upon them. Even close your eyes and just say, bless you.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kayroon, for answering this question, and
You're
my friends for
welcome.
asking this wonderful question. Yeah.
Thank you for that
So,
question.
yeah. So now the last question of the session is any final tip you want to give to the people who are watching us now and who will be watching us later?
Yes, yes, yes. The final tip is that you get to get the free gift from me, and I hope you take up that opportunity to do your assessment, because that assessment will help you to understand yourself and where you are in terms of building positive mental muscle. What is the use of having a beautiful body and you have the enemy in your mind? You have the best friend or you have your worst enemy. What is the use of having all of that beautiful body, eating beautiful nutritional food and lovely everything? In the meantime, you have the negative mind. That is not going to serve you. And if you want to become a better version of yourself, and if you want to thrive, and if you want to also build a beautiful community and a beautiful, you know, they say for every person whose life changes, I mean, Prashant, even the people that you help, if you help me, you're not only helping me, you're helping my family, you're helping the community, it
Yeah.
just overflows. So it
Yeah.
starts with the one person, but trust me, it helps, because at the end of the day, what we all want is a beautiful world. So
Yeah.
start with yourself. And okay, the one thing I'd like to say to everybody is we can try the mirror, you can try the mirror technique and look in the mirror and just remind yourself of how magnificent you are, what a beautiful miracle you are, how awesome you are. And if you wish to share that with me, you're more than welcome.
Amazing.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful tip. And my friends, either if you are watching us now or you will be watching us later. So, but these are the wonderful insights Kayroon has shared with us. So, make sure that you implement them in your life. And once you implement, you get result. Please come back and mention in the comments so that we actually read your comments, and your comments become, inspiration for others.
Yes.
Right. So now, as we are coming to the end of this incredible session, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for joining us tonight. Your
Oh,
presence,
wow.
your engagement, and your questions actually made this session truly special. A massive thank you to our amazing guest speaker, Kayroon Karrim, for sharing her profound insights and practical strategies on the power of positive mindset. So, Kayroon, your expertise, your energy actually have left me feeling inspired and empowered to make positivity a part of our daily lives.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you.
So, and my friends, if you want to dive deeper into the Kayron's work, then you can connect with her through the details I will mention in the description box once the session will be over. So you can directly connect with her and take her service, right? Her services, whatever she offers, like just to empower you, not only empower you, but it is for your whole life. Because sometimes when you feel stuck, you actually need a push, and if somebody is there, it's a miracle for you, right?
Absolutely.
So, and she offers powerful tools and coaching programs and that will actually transform your mindset and elevate your life. She is a specific way, I can say, like, if you are stuck and if you need that push, Karen is there for you. Connect with her, you actually would feel the change.
Thank you. Yes, that's true. Thank you very much, Prashant. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the invitation because me being on this platform with you is absolutely wonderful. I am really, really delighted and thank you. I mean, time is so precious and you are so busy, but for the fact that you give so much to your community and to the world at large, it's really wonderful. I feel honored. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, my friends, remember that positivity is a journey, not a destination. So, at least take the first step together and embrace the power of positive mindset every day. Once again, Kayron, thank you so much for accepting the proposal and coming here for enlightening us. And to everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next week with a new topic and a new speaker. Till then, stay healthy, take care, goodbye, and namaste. Okay, be here.